We represent the electric arc furnace steel industry in the United States. We have 25 producer members that account for 70% of production in the United States. We've been around for about 32 years. I think when you look at the investments that are announced, the amount of steel that is produced by EAF producers is going to continually increase. Right now it's almost 70%. There's about 12 million tons and about $7.5 billion of investment slated over the next 2 to 3 years. So that number is going to go up. And as you alluded to a little earlier, EAFs can now make products that were unheard of just a decade ago in terms of flat roll steel, advanced high strength steel. So it's a very good time for that segment of the steel industry. I was on a panel earlier today that talked about trade, and the idea is, are we still in a trade war or are we going towards trade peace? And I think what was interesting about the panel is I think there was a consensus that the issues we're facing need to be addressed, and the things that we have been doing in the past had not been working. So that's why the 232 came about. I think there was also, I don't want to say there was consensus, but there were a lot of arguments articulated that some of the gloom and doom scenarios pertaining to 232 did not come to fruition. Prices are back where they were prior to the 232 announcement. Mills are investing. Capacity utilization has consistently been above 80% this year. There were no supply shortages. And you see impacts throughout the supply chain. And that's to be expected in a very large and complex economy like we have in the US. What you see also at this conference is a lot of industries that support 21st century steelmaking, such as trucking companies, such as paint companies, such as suppliers, raw material folks. So you see a broad spectrum of people that represent the supply chain and supporting industries. One of the things we do to try to navigate in this current political and public affairs environment is we really want to listen. And when we're trying to tell the story of who the SMA is, who we are, what we do, and why it matters, we want to listen not only to our members, but listen to members of the government, listen to members in the supply chain. Also, you have to really vet your information very carefully. It's a very dynamic time we're in the trade landscape. So you want to really make sure that you understand the issues clearly and that you are aligned with what your members need to grow their businesses and succeed.